they're going to rename him. I might call him either one. Who knows? But like Ray used to say, I'm happy if I remember my own name every day. So I had a comment on the YouTube channel, and I'm not sure. I think it might have been a little bit of a translation thing, but it said, let's see if we can slow this wind down a little bit. Been windy lately. And I don't know if you can really do enough groundwork. I know I don't need to do groundwork, and there's a lot I'd rather ride. Honestly, I do not like to do groundwork. But I want to do enough groundwork there for you guys. So you can see it. Again, I'm constantly trying to round him. He came pretty bracy. Pretty pushy, pretty hard. They kind of had him in a poor bit, but he didn't know how to bend much. He wasn't very flexible, but you could kind of ride him in a straight line. The guy said he wasn't super handy, but he's getting handier. That was a really nice front end there. And again, I'm trying to I say it over and over because some of you might only see this video once or twice, and I'm in the business of repeating myself because it takes a long time for people to get it. When I worked for Buck, one time I remember he said it took me 15 years to get competent at it, and I'm constantly improving, constantly getting better, so it's always a work in progress. I want his feet getting stuck. Round out. When I step into you, yield. Yield. I want that shoulder to yield out. Good. Now the front. Keep going. There you go. Rock back. Good. Now we'll go forward. And I'm rocking him back because he had a tendency to really push through the front end. Keep yielding out there. Yield that shoulder out of my bubble. There you go, out of my bubble. There, that's a little rounder. He came with this little blemish on his leg and a hole. It looks really good. Swelling's down. There's still a little bit of a knot there that we're working on. Hopefully it goes away. But he's got that for now. And he doesn't seem sore on it, so we just kind of keep rolling with it. And again, there's a lot of people, a lot of you out there I know, sometimes worry about riding your horse, but because he's gentle, if I don't have control of the feet and he's not soft, it could just be a lie, because if I can't control the feet, that's the whole thing that gets me out of trouble. If I can't steer him, if I can't roll him, if I can't operate him, if he's taking over and bracing, and it takes me, like sometimes I'll say, I want him to yield. If I can't stop his feet on time, and there's a rattlesnake there, or a cliff, I want him to yield that front end. Yield that front end. Back. Out. Yield that front end. Look. There you go. And rock back. Now there's a difference between driving him there, driving him here, and leading that front end. I also want him light from my directing hand. And then eventually I have both hands. But if I can't stop him and there's a snake or a ground canyon there, then we both get in trouble. If I'm doctoring a cow and he gets us wrapped up in a rope because I can't control his feet, if he gets bothered and gets out of position and gets too forward when I need him to be back, or gets too back when I need him to be forward, there can be problems with all of that. But the fact is, I'd rather ride. Oh, that was nice. He looked round, he re-rocked back, and again, we can't do too much petting him. And this stuff, this groundwork, it's not easy. So it's a way of me showing you over and over again that you can see. And it's a way for him, again, to stretch, to build muscle, all the things that he's going to need. I'd like to not pull on him, but just direct him. He kind of loses his hind end there. There. Now re-rock back. That right hind's in his way. We'll just teach him how to kind of keep rocked back there. I want him to yield his hind. And his front should work like a tripod. It shouldn't be pushing forward, but he should be kind of going laterally in a circle there like that, not stepping into my water trough. That was a nice front end. Rock back for good measure. Good. And all the while, I want him to respond and respect this, but not be afraid. If he walks off, that's okay. He's not necessarily afraid there, but I'm not directing, and he's got to learn. It's not, some people will say desensitization. I hate that word. I hate it because the horse is so sensitive. He's learning to be more sensitive about a separation, about when this flag is not directed at him and he doesn't need to go, versus when this flag is directed and I have a leading hand and he should go. And it's constantly back and forth between those. No direction. I want to go where you can see my hand. Direction. Good. And he found the separation. And if my hand lowers here, there's no direction. I'd like him to find a place to stop. So again, a horse is survived. Not forward. Not forward. I'll drive as that left front comes off the ground. Now. Good. Good, and rock back. A horse has survived for thousands of years with very limited defenses. He's very aware of things. He's very sensitive of things. He doesn't have much defenses, but he's alert all the time. And every time you walk by a horse, we've said it before in other videos, the horse is learning. So, again, I'm always constantly softening. They live what they learn, and they learn what they live. He's lived one way quite a bit of his life. My friend Tom Dorrance, he used to say it takes 11 positive influences or he said it takes 10 positive influences to overcome one negative. I heard Einstein said it takes 11. But at least we're in the ballpark of those two. Good. As long as I reach for him and he's going, that's fine. But if he gets stuck, I'm going to kind of go right to left. And I want him to break at the pole there. There. Good. Wasn't instantaneous, but I didn't have to kind of break him loose there. Good. And again, I'd like him, when I reach for him, that he reaches for me. Lena. I know you love the dust, huh? Good. So we'll put a little ride on him. And, you know, to me, if more people knew the good groundwork, he wouldn't be so bracy when I came. There's so many people that need horsemanship. And then there's a lot of people that don't need horsemanship, but it sure helped them out a lot in the world. But not just with horses, too. You know, again, horsemanship reflects lifemanship. And a lot of people just get by. They do enough to get by, but they don't ever do enough to get good. and it's my partner. It's a partnership that I'm working on, and it's kind of like a dance. So as I dance, we practice. And as we practice, we get better. And not every day can be our best dance, even as we learn it. But so far, these are the fun days, because it seems like every day he's getting better and better. And I'm adding more and more on. I don't want to make it so difficult it gets hard, though. And some of it just depends on his progression. Some of it depends on my mood, my energy mood. But at the end of the day, it all dictates back to him. If it becomes too much pressure, then we have to back off and just have some nice, easy days. But we're always trying to get him to walk around us better, because we walk pretty good and he walks pretty good without us. But it's that partnership that we want to get better. Oh, good, he got soft end feet there when I reached for him today. Good. That's nice. And yeah, I mean, there's some things, if he was mine, I would maybe do a little different. Like, I mean, if he was mine, we've been working so hard on that backup, it wouldn't be the end of the world just to quit there for the day, because we've been working at it pretty hard. But that doesn't mean that that's the right thing to do, because there's plenty of things that he can advance from. But if he's mine, I want him to step over here off my right leg. Try. Good. It wasn't great, so as I come off the fence, we'll work on coming off that right leg. Good. Pretty warm day.